Butterfly, butterfly, pretty butterfly. When I see you flap your wing, and I know when it's time for spring. Butterfly, butterfly, pretty butterfly.
Hi guys, welcome to Honest Participants Only Quarantine Diaries episode 2. Sorry, not 10. I don't know why I did that. 2. You can all unmute yourselves now because I know that we were having technical difficulties and I wanted to make sure that we got everything right. Hi guys, how are you all? Starting at, do you know what? I'm not sure the order that it puts you all up in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call your name and I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself. We may have to do this every week. That's fine. There are some people new who are joining us. So starting at the top, on my top left is Charlene. Tell us who you are and say hi to the people.
Hi everybody. I'm Charlene and yeah, this quarantine life is not for me.
I notice you have another lolly. Is this a weekly thing?
I noticed that.
I mean, it just stops me snacking, innit? It just gives me a whole, there's still something in my mouth, but it's not a whole bag of crisps.
Okay, all right, cool. Top right on my side is Isha. Hi, Isha.
Hi.
I mean, say hi to the people. Who are you? Give us a quick.
I'm Isha. Nice to meet ya.
I take it quarantine life is really it's hard for you right now. You look like you've lost the will to live.
I'm still finding it easy. I find it hard at the weekends, I'm not gonna lie, I just get really bored, but I'm really tired today. Like, yeah. I've done exercise for the first time in like years, so I'm tired now. It's caught up on me, that's all.
I hear that. I hear that. Do you know what I've noticed as well? I'm going to come to the lower three of you because you're the lowest on my screen, but not in life. You're high in life, ladies. But what I've noticed is 1, 2, 3, 4 of us have headscarves on. What does that say for quarantine life?
I'm living this scarf, mate. This doesn't come off my head now.
I could take this off, but the show would have to end. So, bottom left, we've got Moni. Hi, Moni. How are you? And I see someone in the corner.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Moni. Yeah, don't know what. I feel like I can't say nothing more because no one else has said anything, so there's no point. I'm Monica, yeah? Just Mon.
Dance to the beat of your own drum, girl. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but it's not interesting. We're on quarantine. There's nothing interesting right now.
Fair point.
I'm Monica.
Fair point. In the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is lovely. I'm coming to where you all are and where I am because I'm in the office.
Yeah, on the floor, yeah?
I mean, I was like, you know what? And I know, look at Charlene's face, everyone. She's really struggling with my background. She said it was freaking her out.
I don't like it. I'm just watching the people behind you. I'm like, yo, where are you going? Why are you on the floor?
Well, as I was saying to people earlier, this is my office right here. This is the boardroom. Back there, where everyone's going in and out of, that's the break room. You know, I try to make sure my employees have a really good time. Obviously, guys, it's a green screen. And each week we come back, I'm going to have something different up there just to mix it up. So, bottom middle, we've got Kay. Hi, Kay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kay.
Our introductions are so good. I can't even lie.
You're killing me.
It's too much too soon.
Oh my life. Okay, well I've got some fun things coming up which should wake you guys all up. So hi Kay, nice to meet you. As you can see, guys, she's just started her YouTube channel, and at the bottom I've asked people if they want to change their name into their handle. So for me, you've got Shane, then you've got Shakespeare. So on Instagram you can search Shakespeare and you'll find me. For Kay, you've got Kay Sutton. So search Kay Sutton on YouTube and you'll be able to find her. We'll come back to that a little bit later. And last but not least, so those are 2 new people. We've got Kate and we've got Mo. Hi, girl. How are you?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I was just making sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Maubrey. Yes, your friendly comedian from, how can we say, the front room. So I'm going to try my best to give you all, I don't know, just something to make you smile, laugh, cry, or pop up yourself, one of the which, but hey, here we are.
Great, thanks. Best saved the best till last, didn't I? So my general question to you guys, before we jump into the things I have planned, my general question to you guys is, how are you coping? Since 2 weeks ago when we did this, how are you all feeling? Seriously. Yeah, go.
All wash at once.
No. Personally, when this whole thing came about, with the whole quarantine, I was like, crumbs. Yeah, I'm careful with my words. What am I going to do? Who am I going to stay with? Because normally it's just myself and my little one. So I said, you know what, let me go to my family. So I guess I know that when you're on your own, insular, isolated from everybody, you start getting mind tricks and all the rest of it. You get fed up a lot quicker. So, not that you don't get fed up with family, which I'm just finding out a lot more now.
That you don't get fed up with family?
I do, but not creative with like Jax. So, now it's okay, I'm just fed up there.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm...
That's why she don't get bored with her family, because they don't understand what she's saying and she can't understand them.
Like, just leave them.
Quite clearly. That's what happened.
So sorry. I wasn't sure if it was just me. You could hear it. Oh.
Real talk.
This is too funny. So guys, how about the rest of you? Any I mean, you don't all have to answer because I know you're raring to, but in the
this week, I think last week was a struggle for me. And I think it was because I think I started like with all these great intentions and I had a long list of things. And I really struggled with motivation, and I'm someone who needs structure.
Yeah.
And if I don't have structure, then I'll stay in bed all day. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but then I feel guilty about staying in bed all day. I feel guilty for not being productive. So then it's kind of like a spiraling circle. Then you just feel like crap. So then you want to stay in bed even more, and then you feel guilty. So yeah. It's been a struggle to find that kind of, okay, well, chill out, relax, but then also be productive to find that middle ground.
Yeah, because
we're back now. Easter holiday's over, so I have to be at my computer at a certain time.
Right, and the thing is, they've just extended the quarantine by 3 weeks, which it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. But it means that the mental process you have to get into to get yourself through the next 3 weeks is another, kind of, it's weird because we didn't.
It changed my mindset though. I still do not have a problem with quarantine. Like, I genuinely don't mind it. However, I think everyone, whether you like it or not, I was struggling. Like, weekends I find really boring. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is there to do? Not that I'd probably doing anything anyway, but you could go to your house, you could go to, your sister's house, you could do something. But for me, who lives alone, I'm like, okay, like, really, what am I going to do? Like, it's quite boring.
No, I know, I don't have no weekend.
My mindset. Huh?
I said every day feels the same. I don't even feel like there's a weekend. I didn't even know anything.
So basically, you're getting lost in the week as well. That's something I noticed.
And I feel like time is just whizzing past. Like, how is it already nearly 7:30? I haven't even cooked dinner. The potatoes just about peeled. My list of things to do for the day is still, I'm not even halfway through.
Yeah.
Like, I do feel that time. Yeah.
I look forward to 9 o'clock. Good night. God bless you. Go to bed. I look forward to 9 o'clock. It's the best part of the day.
You're going to bed at 9 o'clock?
Not me.
Oh! Hey, to all the kids out there. No.
I wish my son would go to bed at 9. He just says, "Oh, you're pretending to do bedtime now, are you?"
Right.
You fall asleep before
Stay
you
up.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. It's exciting for me because it's something to do. As Isha said, my days are rolling into one, and on a personal level, from Friday, I'm normally fine. I'm normally really fine with quarantine, but from Friday, for some reason, I've been really struggling, and I think it's because the virus is getting closer and closer to, well, not closer, it's in my family, it's in my loved ones, and so the things that are now filling my brain all of the time are harder to face. So this is something that is really nice to focus on, and even if it's just to lift people's spirits for a little while, that we can do, it's nice. I'm not making any sense. My sentences aren't great. Anyway, I'm going to jump into...
Don't worry, I don't speak English either.
Thank you, darling. We're all in this together. So I'm going to jump into our task for today, our fun stuff for today. So here we go. The first thing we're going to do is movie sayings. Now, Monica, I know that we're going to be great at this because we've been doing it since we were kids. We grew up as sisters. We grew up living in the same house for most of our childhood. I was going to say childhood life, but childhood works. So we used to do things like this all the time. We were always acting out. We were always just making fools of ourselves. But it's followed me into my adulthood. And I don't know about you guys, but this is what I want you guys to do, right? What's a movie line you'll scream out randomly without context? So this person said, Curtis was supposed to love me, Isha. Girl.
Oh, Dreamgirls. What?
So is there another one? For me, one of the things I always scream out is, run, Forrest, run. If someone's running, I'd be screaming it.
Okay, so mine is, don't put baby in the corner.
Oh!
Oh, mine is, if she doesn't eat with me, she doesn't eat at all.
Oh,
You know,
that's a good one. That's actually a really good one. Beauty and the Beast. Yes! Oh, and that's why when I first found this, Monica, that is the first movie that came to my head. Not only it's going to rain on your head, you told her to beat me.
Be my wife.
The whole movie.
God, I'm trying to tell you something.
Yeah. Kay, I noticed you're very quiet. What movies what are you screaming out?
The one, the saying I'm always screaming out is Jodie, my Jodie from what's it called? Baby Boy.
Baby
No,
Boy.
No, Baby Boy.
I mean,
Baby Boy, that's it.
Can we have some higher brow movies, perhaps? Like, I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched Baby Boy?
No, I know. But people have been asking me about it for years. I'm sorry.
I don't think you're missing anything, to be honest.
Oh, have you seen it?
Wow, that was
Tyrese is in it.
I mean, so guys, as a side note, so this is great. Thank you so much. This is amazing. But as a side note, show of hands if you guys were part of the debacle that was the live stream this week. So basically,
No, I didn't know. No.
Babyface and
No.
Babyface and Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley.
Yeah.
No,
None of you watched it. None of you were part of it.
I just heard.
It
I heard
was
the
the
drama.
funniest thing I've ever witnessed in my life. And you saying about Tyrese made me laugh because there were memes going around because Tyrese basically, what is you lot finished the end of the sentence for me. I'm gonna throw in the towel. Big Instagram live, Tyrese said, throw in the tile. So everyone was like, what's a tile? Why the tile? It was just hilarious. The internet is the absolute best, and I'm so grateful to have it. If we were stuck in this quarantine without the internet,
it would have been.
Can I just say something? They did it before. Noah was in the ark for how long?
Hey,
Thank
you.
But
Quarantine's been done.
Noah, yeah, good point. Shut up. Right, next.
Exactly. And that was 40 days and 40 nights. And you had animals. Huh?
Sorry.
If someone's, oh, I thought someone's computer was turning off. I was like, oops. Okay, so the next thing we've got, and I've got 3 of these for you, and I chose these 3 intentionally. I could have just done one, but I couldn't decide between them. So I'm going to ask you guys to decide what quarantine houses you would choose. Okay, so there are 3 different pictures. We're going to do them one at a time, and I need you guys to decide, discuss whatever you want, but decide what quarantine house you're going to be in.
Hold on. Separately or all together?
No, separately. So, which house would you be in? Pick your quarantine house. Number 1, you've got Netflix and Hulu, heated blanket, comfy couch, and endless snacks. Number 2, you've got a porch swing, whiskey, a fire pit, and a fishing pond. Number 3, you've got a home gym, protein shakes, view of the city, and a small dog. Number 4, you've got a swimming pool, margaritas, master grill, and big dog. 5, you've got a library, a garden, a coffee bar, and a fluffy cat. And number 6, you've got a hot tub, mountain view, movie projector, and wine cellar. What are you choosing and why?
1.
Really? Why
Yeah.
1? Why?
Well, okay, if I'm going to pick one, it's got snacks. I've got a movie, I've got Netflix. I can do all the exercise videos I want. Oh, so nice.
It's fine.
I've got a starring guest.
Hi, Adam.
Adam.
He's so confused right now. Okay, no, that's a good choice. I would say that's a good choice. For me, 3, 4, and 5 are out completely. They're out completely because they've all got animals in. I'm done.
No, same.
Yeah,
That's not for me.
1 is my house now, so I do something else.
Fair point,
Yeah.
Lisa.
I would take 3 or 5.
I'd say 4 or maybe 3.
What a big dog is. You want a big dog.
I like dogs, and then I feel like the dog will keep me warm. The
Yeah, but a small dog is cuddlier.
But she's got a small
I've
dog.
got a small dog, so the only thing for me is the protein shakes.
No, listen, you have to have the right protein shake. Seriously. And you can make pancakes out of the protein powder.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's what
I can see your other half's influence in you right now, Charlotte. I was like,
only because she makes me protein pancakes all
I
the
see
time.
them and they look
banging.
really good. They look
Yeah, they are
really good.
so good.
I made myself pancakes today. As they came out the pan, I ate every one, so there was none on the plate at the end. So that was good. But I think I would choose number 6, you know.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so wine for rum.
No, I mean, there was no real rules.
No.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
In number
For
6,
me,
with rum.
as long as I've got my laptop and as long as I've got a nice view, I'm actually good. I'm good to go. So yeah. Okay, well done, guys. Next. Which cast would you be stuck in the house with indefinitely? So number 1 is Friends, number 2 is Golden Girls, number 3 is that show, and number 4 is the other show. Fraser, Seinfeld and Fraser, thank you.
I'm gonna be
I'm having
honest,
to
I
look
haven't watched
closely.
none of these shows, so
Not even Golden Girls.
I've not.
Aisha, how do you not watch Friends?
I don't watch TV.
No, okay, so for me, this is an easy one. Friends.
Yeah,
Or Golden
I would go
Girls.
Friends.
Yeah,
Golden
Golden Girls. They're quite funny. I feel like
Hey, you're a millennial. You're a
Oh,
millennial when
wow.
you watch Golden Girls.
yeah, my mom.
High Yeah, I think definitely Friends or Golden Girls. So yeah, good one. All right, next. Quarantine house. Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross, Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, Anita Baker, DJ D Nice.
Nah, they sound like they look boring.
I mean,
I ain't got
Beyonce
time
and
to be
Rihanna.
guiding Stevie Wonder around no house.
I saw Rihanna, put me and Rihanna house.
Really? Why would they put Beyonce and Rihanna in the same house?
Drama?
They want drama.
Yeah.
Mine would be house 3.
Okay, I would take house 4 because I would just look at D'Angelo and Maxwell all day and dribble.
Well, they're kind of old and tired now, especially Maxwell. He doesn't look as sexy as he did with his head, without his hair. He needs hair.
I mean, I would take them over watching at Beyonce every day, thanks. Maybe you just want to, I can't eat my snacks and look at Beyonce, can I? No, I can eat my snacks and look at D'Angelo.
I'll go in house 3. I was thinking talk to Mary J about a hard life to make my life look easier, because she's doing everything. Then we can sit down and see what we're going to do in our next lifetime. With Brandy, we can argue about the boy next door. Jill Scott can go take a long walk.
Thank you.
DJ Cinderella, she's just not, I don't know. She can go to the bathroom, I don't care.
Jill Scott be freaky nowadays. Have you seen her on the mic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. Jill was keep mine. It's the situation that she can out on her. Trust me. She bad.
You're in the basement.
I'm saying.
You're cut out.
Yeah, you sound like you're underwater.
You sound like a robot. Like, what is going on?
Like that, saying to me, I'm like.
Yeah, but the weird thing is,
that's why I've got. I mean, look, like I can't.
No, the weirdest thing is when Adam speaks, you can hear him.
Let me read.
What was that, Mom? I'm lost. Am I the only one that's lost?
No, she's gonna redial in. She's gonna redial in. Okay. So, I think I would go with you. I think you, Kay and Mon, I think I would go with House 3 as well. I would be really tempted to go into the house with DJ D Nice. He's dope. And Stevie Wonder, because, wow. I'm not...
Yeah, but no. It's a new house. Remember, Stevie Wonder ain't been here before. You got to lead him everywhere. Yeah? We ain't got time for that. He don't know where things are. Yeah.
Okay, am I the only person that don't know who any of these DJs... Oh, I know who DJ Jazzy Jeff is. I know him because he was in
Fresh
Prince.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else.
So I follow DJ D Nice on Instagram Live. He does the wickedest whatchamacallits, but he's some kind of celebrity DJ. Got all the celebrities know him, and I found him as a result of an Instagram Live. So that's why I know him randomly. Bruno Mars, though, guys, being in the house with Bruno,
he's a bit annoying.
I think he's a bit camp as well. He's not going to serve me no purpose. He might walk around in like stuff. No thanks.
Yeah,
he ain't even cute. He ain't even cute.
Yeah, apparently he's best short as well. That's not.
No, he is. It'll come up to my waist.
Yeah. We have to go with house 4. But if we're talking music, it'll be 1 or 3.
Yeah, 3 for sure. Her? Brandy?
I like Stevie Wonder.
I love Stevie Wonder. I love Stevie Wonder.
Oh, Anita Baker. That's some music there, man.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Do you want them singing to you all night, or do you want a bit of jokes and banter and some eye candy? I'm sorry, but you've got your phone, Spotify.
No, I want some deep intellectual talking, so I'm going house 3.
House 3.
See?
Okay, cool.
And then and Erica will be there smoking the jubie. Like, you'll be having big talk. She'll make you some tea. She'll make you some tea, yeah?
All right, ladies. So we've had a bit of fun. I did have a more serious question to ask you guys today, though. And it's definitely kind of in contrast to what's going on. So I want you to prepare yourselves. It doesn't have to be a dark conversation, but it's a serious conversation and an important one. So, question of the day. Should the worst happen, oh, hold on, we need to go and let Maubrey in. Should the worst happen, what would people remember of you? And that's what I'm going to ask you guys.
Are you asking?
All of you. So for me, I there's a difference for me between what people would remember and what I'd want them to remember, right? So people would probably remember, oh, that's the girl who used to suck her thumb. Or, do you know what I mean? There are all these things, whereas for me, what I would want people to remember would be completely different. But what do you think people would actually remember of you?
I think people think I'm feisty. Yeah, I think people will remember my rudeness. But I would say I'm the rudest, kindest person, you know. I'm a
rudest, kindest.
Yeah, like, I do my charity work. I do everything that I feel is important to me. But if it's not important to me, it's just not important. I think people are going to remember me for being real, I hope, and honest. And if I didn't like you, sorry, then because you gave me a reason.
It's your fault. Yeah.
I agree. I concur. I think I would like to be, in my teaching career, I've always aimed to be that teacher. Like, I don't care if you don't remember I'm Miss Clark, you don't remember what I look like, but I want 20 years down the line you to remember there was a teacher that made me a cup of tea that day when I was sad. There was a teacher that, lent me £3 so I could go and get a chicken and chips after school.
Right, but remember with the question, and this is what I'm saying, I'm glad you're answering that part of the question as well, but remember the question is, what will people remember you for? So what
I do think that I will, and I'm not, and that's not me like being big-headed. Like, I love my job, I love my students, and I love big, to a point where even now during this quarantine, like, I've got one of my kids every day, Miss, what did you have for dinner today? So I just made a curry, and I'm like chatting to her like she's my best friend, because actually she's got nobody else that she can like talk to. So I make sure I get up in the morning. Actually, one of the first things I email her, how you doing? What did you watch yesterday on Netflix? So yeah, I do think that I will be known. I will be remembered. But like I said, I don't think they'll remember my name. I don't even think they'll remember what I look like. And that I'm completely fine with.
I think they will. I don't think you're a personality that goes unmissed. I feel like if you meet you, you've met you, if you go what I mean.
Yeah, love you or hate you, you definitely make a mark. You definitely
you can't forget you.
I don't know, I think my name is really generic, that it's not a memorable name.
Yeah, they'd be like the red-skinned girl with a big smile.
Middle class Amtil, not really the red-skinned girl.
No, the one from The Simpsons, the yellow one.
They'll be like, do you remember that ethnic teacher? That ethnic one?
So, Maubrey, I don't know if you can hear us. Hi.
Yes, I'm right back with you guys. Thanks for your patience.
The question is, and you don't have to answer straight away, we're just mixing it up, chopping it up. The question is, should the worst happen, and we don't want to necessarily think about it, but if it did, what would people remember about you? Not necessarily what would you like people to remember. You can tell us that, but the question is, what would people remember? I think it's a really reflective kind of thought process that you go through when you think about what people actually would think about is completely different to what I'd like people, all the work I'm doing behind the scenes so that I can make the world a better place. Not everyone sees that. So not everyone's going to remember me for the things I'm actually, my input and my output is not necessarily going to reach everybody. So
completely understand. Okay, I think what people would remember me by is that I made them laugh. Maubrey was jokes. If that's ever something I'd hope them to remember. Yeah, I'm not laughing. I'm okay with that. That's what I got. That's who I am. I wasn't a singer. I wasn't,
Look at she got off the screen already.
Hold on a minute. What that? Hey!
We both got cuss, Morbs. We both got cuss. Yeah, don't worry about them, yeah, because they could hold their damn perfect harmony all the time.
Hello. I am in.
Why did you have to say that?
Yeah, we are.
Guys, just for the record, Maubrey can sing. The reason I'm laughing, it seems like I'm bullying you. I'm not. The reason I'm laughing is because we have a memory from when we were teenagers that is just, it's like one of our top 10 memories of all time, where we were all just, we were singing and Maubrey would just come in and add any old random part. And she was adding a real bass part on this song this one time. And we were like, just stop with your walk on, just stop. So when she says, I was never able to sing, you actually are able to sing. It's knowing where and when to come in.
Okay. Look, you lot are laughing. So I always have been able to bring out the joy and the laughter. I've got a group of friends who, whenever they're individually sad, they sometimes call me. And they'll call me for either one or two reasons. To make them laugh, one, or they want to hear the real deal.
Right.
I'll lay it out. And
but you know what? Having said that, I think every person here is probably that person.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's, to be honest with you, sometimes you're not always real with yourself, but if someone comes to you and needs that help and advice, if you can say, okay, you know what, bam, that's it. And the thing is, they know that when they come to you, you're giving them the real deal with love.
Yes.
You're not being malicious. You don't want them to be in pain no more. You don't want them to go through the stupidness no more. Or you want them to basically the scales to fall from their eyes, to take a biblical metaphor. Sorry, my light just moved.
You triggered my Google, but okay.
So
stop looking at the man walking past at the right time. You look, and the guy was walking past. I'm like, yo, there's someone in her house.
All right, I'll change it. I'll change it to something else. Go on, Aubrey.
Sorry, Mom. I can't focus.
side note, can we have some pretty man at the back winding up themselves? Oh God.
I know this is just a balcony of my office, so it's fine.
Okay.
It's all right.
But no. Just for me, they remember that I made them laugh. They may remember that I used to sew. And hopefully either somebody would fling a piece of fabric in my coffin. Please bury me, don't burn me. I'm sorry. That's my personal view.
Okay, if we're getting it out there, please burn me, don't bury me.
I mean, on this note, I'm just gonna put some hot water in my cup and have another cup of tea. I wasn't ready.
Isha, what would you say? What will people remember about you?
Honestly, I can't answer that because you just don't know. You know, everyone's experiences are different, and I just feel like whatever their feeling is towards me, whether it's wrong or right, it's probably true. I'll be able to control that.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
And I'll come back and haunt you. How about that?
And that is how we'll remember you, as someone who was like, that's on you, fam. That's you. I'm fine with it. It is what it is. Where are the snacks? Yeah, that's cool. Hey, how will people remember you?
I would say it depends where you know me from. But like at uni, most people, they call me, like, you know how you have a uni wife? They call me a uni mum, because like no one comes to my house and you leave your belly like hungry belly. We don't have that in Kane's house. Like I'm a bit of a, like, they see me as like a not motherly figure, but like, yeah. So I think a lot of people would remember me for that and my cooking. And then there's some people that remember me for like being a bit rude, straight to the point. But that has nothing to do.
Can I just say, how come we've never sampled this cooking here?
That's because you never. Well.
Okay then.
Tumbleweed.
Silence.
Look, I absolutely agree, and I would like to. You haven't asked me for this, but I'm going to tell you guys how I think you would be remembered. First of all, I agree with everything you've all said about yourselves, apart from Isha, because it was too broad, so I'm going to add to yours. But so I'm going to tell you, Charlene, I think you would be remembered as the girl with the big, huge personality.
Big butt.
I wish I had a big butt.
Huge butt, huge personality, and also who is just energy, So whenever you're in a place, there's going to be energy, and if the energy isn't there, something's probably wrong. Does that make sense? So there are very few times where I've been in your presence, because if you aren't sharing your energy, you won't go somewhere. Does that make sense? So there are very few times I've been out with you or in a place and you haven't brought the same energy, even if the energy is exhausting me. Like, bruh, because we're just different people in that way. I'm just like, babe, like, let's breathe a minute. You're like, no, let's do it. Like, your energy is always there, and it's very authentically there. You're not faking an energy. You don't know how to be anything else. So I think that is 100% what people would remind you of, what people would remember you by. And if somebody stood up at the front and of whether it's burn or bury, and was saying that, I think a lot of people in the room would be nodding. For you, Monica, I think people would absolutely think that you were cheeky and rude, but actually I don't think that's the first thing they would remember. I think they would think you're absolutely hilarious, and the way you say things without intending to be rude would make them laugh. Does that make sense? So it's not that you're rude, because I don't necessarily see you as a rude person. I see you more.
I don't see myself as a rude person, to be fair.
I see you as a person who you're saying what you think is keeping it real.
I feel like I've got nothing to lose. Yeah, I grew up a scabby kid. No one liked me in the first place. I used to get called names and all that. So I was giving it to you real, because there's nothing worse than I've already got already. Like, so you either like me or you don't like me. And I have to I'm a person, I can't take serious situations serious, which sounds crazy. Yeah. I have to make a joke. I make a joke.
There are lots of people, there are loads of people in the world who are actually really truthful. And this is why people have been falling out online during this quarantine time, because some people laugh through things and other people are like, no, we take it all seriously. And actually, we just can't legislate for how you're going to take it against me. If you don't like it, swipe on past. You know what I mean? It can be really difficult. Maubrey, I think you were spot on. I think you absolutely make people laugh. I think every single place that you are going to be, people are going to know what they're going to get. Again, it's a little bit like Charlene, in as much as the energy, the presence. If Maubrey's in the room, you know she's in the room, and that's never a bad thing. Whether it's whether or not someone else's energy whether or not someone else's energy is in that space at the moment or not is nothing to do with you bringing Maubrey to the party. And I think that's definitely something I would remember you by. Even the fact that you're able to so willingly laugh at yourself, because the fact that I started laughing about the song and you were laughing alongside, do you know what I mean? That's a huge thing, and not everyone is able to do that. For Isha, do you know what is funny? I think every person on here is very funny. Isha, I think you're one of the most funny people I know, actually. And
like she's not even trying to be funny.
Not even trying.
Funny.
Yeah, and I think your outlook on life is very kind of, well, hey ho. You know, it's being around you doesn't cause stress. And I think that's a huge thing. I think that lots of people will remember that. And actually, in terms of memories, people will have there will be loads of incidents, moments that they can recall and be like, do you remember when? Because there were times where me and Charlene have been somewhere and we've just laughed.
My chest.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely something. And then Kay, for you, I mean, you're sat here right now, your face is really straight. I'm confused by it because
that's not great.
You were always laughing. Like, you were actually the reason I contacted you today and was like, you know what, come on, you've got your new YouTube channel, like you can give it some promo at the end and stuff. It's because actually you and your crew, you're hilarious. I sometimes just sit back and I can't handle looking at you guys in terms of the energy, but again, absolutely hilarious. The things you come up with, your thought process and how quick they are and how deeply you all love each other, to me, is amazing. So I think all of you have similar kind of characteristics. Even the fact that you've come on here and you're like, okay, let's do it. We don't know what's going to happen, don't know how it's going to be. But that says something to me about you guys, not about you helping me with the project that I'm doing, because you didn't have to come on here. It says much more about you guys being willing to jump in general conversations. So I think you're all kind of cool. That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah.
Thank you for the invitation.
Now, can we say what we're
all right?
No, let's move on.
Yes. Yes.
I know what I'd remember from it. I remember a lot. Yeah, I remember that's the first stage. So
I stopped sucking my thumb when I was 21.
Before you said that, I forgot you actually used to do that, but that was back in the day, you were into your 20s. I was like, I didn't
21.
get it.
I literally one day I just was like, oh, done, and I stopped.
And it didn't make sense to me after a certain age because you were so scornful about everything. There's no scornful things. Like how she said, she touches there would be a pole, her thumb will be so far bent back, you'd think she was double jointed.
Yeah.
And then she'd be holding things like this.
Yeah, and that's how I teach. That's how I teach the kids. Shauna and those guys the other week, they said to me they naturally hold things like this. So if they're pressing the thing, they use their knuckle. Because I taught them. Because my thing is, if I'm going to eat a packet of crisp or suck my thumb, what am I going to use? So I'm like, protect them at all costs. Yeah.
Some thumb sucker. When I was younger, when I wasn't so hygienic, if you was to suck your thumb, you could taste the dirt. You wouldn't even want to. Do you get what I mean? You wouldn't want to.
Can I just say something? I must be the exception because I generally didn't care. I remember, like, one day my mum put my thumb in dog doo-doo, yeah? And I just washed it and I sucked it same way. Like, I did not care.
We will now have a 10-minute intermission while we all be sick.
I'm being serious. I was not that person. Like, I remember she put you know, the nail biting stuff on it. Listen, I just sucked it same way.
I used to wash my thumb under the sink, crying tears, please.
Your bare face.
Nah, you're the devil, Charlene. You're disgusting.
It bothered me. And only stopped sucking it because I got an implant. Otherwise, I'd still be sucking it up until this day. Like, I'm still waiting for that day. You know, people say, oh, they just wake up one day and they don't want it no more. Listen, I cried for mine.
Listen.
So that's another story.
I mean, yeah. I wasn't like you lot. And I sucked both of them as well.
Same.
Dim business, that's why. Didn't business.
In the next episode of Honest Participants Only, Isha and Charlie won't be joining us. First of all, I don't know, because I don't know where it is on the live stream, so I don't know where I'm pointing, but I'm pointing at you, Charlene. You're just a dirty, dirty girl. Isha, you're disloyal about both. What?
No, I sucked both because one day, this is a story for all you kids, I was being fast. Where's Minnie Monica? This is a lesson. Where's Adam? Bring him here. I was being fast with the stapler, yeah? And I stapled my thumb, before church one day. So then I stopped sucking this one to go back to this one. Then when I started getting used to this one, I was like, let me try this one again, you know? So for a while I was in between two, but I went back to not the original broken one, the second choice.
So just to kind of clarify, because I want to make sure that I'm speaking to intelligent people on here. Which thumb was your proper thumb?
My proper thumb was my left one originally.
Right.
And then it broke, and then I got...
Hey, you sucked your thumb too?
Yeah.
Right thumb?
Yeah, it's even shorter than the other one. Like,
and you know what? That's why I sucked both of them, because you see people, they have one smaller thumb than the other.
Yeah, this one's shorter.
Not going to be abnormal. I would rather have butt teeth sticking out like this, yeah, but never one thumb smaller than the other.
You have a cheek. No, but you suck off the dog doo-doo, but you have a cheek to be vain about thumb size.
Yeah.
That's right. Shay, tell it as it is. She needs to know.
No, seriously.
I don't even get it.
The dog doo-doo off, yes. That's fucking mad.
This is why you're immune to the corona. You
literally went so disgusting. And you said it out loud as well. So
I don't feel no shame.
What?
No shame.
Imagine.
Okay, guys, so we're going to jump into our meme review because I can't have that conversation anymore. It's going to haunt me. I'm not going to sleep for a couple of days. So if you were here last week, you will know, or the week before, you will know that we do a meme review. I share some of the best memes I found that week. Some of them I don't share because they're really either very explicit and not for this platform, or just because I'm lazy. So here we go. It seems like this gentleman has eaten his wife during lockdown. To me, this cannot be real. There's no way this is real.
No, some people
try not to comment. I'm not to think of say what I'm thinking. That's a lot, bruv.
That's not real. That's not real. That's not real.
Straight, and he has no bum.
Yeah, that's not real. That's not real.
His back looks like he's gonna break.
Listen, what happened was he sat down and it popped into his belly. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's not real. That's not real.
No, I'm sorry. That's photoshopped. So is his hairline. It's all photoshopped.
Look how his nipples come to a point, and that's real.
Look, listen, do you know how much money people pay? Do you know how much money people pay to have their nipples that high up?
Yeah, that's not real. That's not real. His nipples should be down in his belly button.
No, you see that belly? That belly is
supporting it. His belly supporting his boobies.
I want to know how he goes to pee.
That's what I thought. How does he wash?
How is he still standing? You would fall over.
Down.
Like,
You have to sit
he would
down.
have to have huge feet to balance him out. His feet must be like clown feet.
Look, he's got his hands at his back. That's what he uses to balance him. Each one of them weight bags, man.
Or maybe he doesn't need to support himself, Willie, because Willie, sorry, he doesn't need to support his piece, because as it's going to go to pee, it's blocked on the belly, so it's keeping it outside. Logistics. This doesn't look like it makes sense to me.
Photoshop.
Shrimp.
But you're trying to reach round your belly.
How does he put his shoes on? How does he wipe his bum? Like, there's a lot of questions.
He lives in them Crocs things.
Yes.
Yeah.
His back looks like it's gonna break at any given moment.
He's a good-looking man, though. Look at his face. He's not ugly.
Well, he wouldn't be if he. To be fair, though, I'll be honest with you guys. This might be how I look at the end of quarantine, but anyway.
For another 3 weeks, yeah.
I rebuke that.
This is 100% me. So I'm an antisocial person anyway, in the sense that I will message you all day or whatever, but I don't like calls, to be fair. I don't like people, really. But I'm worse now. You would expect that because I've got more time. No, I'm worse. I'm like, first of all, who invented WhatsApp calling? Because when I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, it still comes through.
WhatsApp still comes through, innit?
But I done this just not too long ago before we went on today. Like, my phone was ringing, I was looking at it, just couldn't be bothered to talk. So and
it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal.
No, but no, it is personal, because people are asking stupid questions like, what are you doing? I'm in the house. I just walked to my kitchen. I can't be doing nothing, can it? So what are you asking me?
Yeah.
No, my upset is people think just because it's lockdown that I am not doing anything, that I'm just sitting in the sofa, looking at the television, or I'm either sitting at the phone waiting or begging for somebody to call. Hello, there's things that I want to get. There's sewing that I've got. Listen, I've even signed up to go sew some of them gowns for the hospital. So, mate,
before we do that, can you make us some masks so we can,
Yeah.
Masks. I've got the material. We just need masks.
Well, the material part and me getting it to me, and we'll have to talk about that, because Postman Pat and his black and white cat might have to have a little intro into that.
Nah, I'll bring it to you, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not living this lockdown life. I can't. Yeah? Just
you couldn't even fake it.
No, I can't fake it. You know me, I can't fake it. Don't worry, social distances will be always, what do you call it, observed, yeah? But I'm still going. I'm not staying home.
Okay.
What people are asking me is COVID-19.
I'm sorry. Me.
It's true, you know.
Sorry, that's hilarious. That scared me.
If the casino, the churches are closed, we don't agree on the same thing. It's probably serious. That's so true. That is so true.
Tell the truth. I just thought that one was kind of funny. Kind of.
It is. It's hilarious.
And then I think I've got one more. When your essential ass is at work trying to watch Netflix and a customer asks you for help, aren't you supposed to be at home?
I would actually feel like that. I would be like, why are you disturbing me?
Yeah, social distancing. Like, go home. Yes. 100%.
I'm not even joking to you. Listen, what this reminds me of is a bit of a long story. One of my uncles went into a bank in Jamaica when Usain Bolt was running, and they had it up on the screen inside the bank. So he's saying, okay, teller, can I pay this in? Watch it. One moment, please. Watching the race, you know. So he's there saying, sir, miss, could you? So she starts to look at him just like this. Look back at the telly.
I need to stop this so we've got Mobby's full face, full. Go on.
No, seriously, this is how the man was. The teller telling my uncle. One moment, please.
And that's why, do you know what? It's really interesting. So I was supposed to go to St. Lucia in the summer, yeah, like next month. I don't care. If this lockdown is over, I'm not going. I don't want to catch coronas in St. Lucia and they tell me soon come. And then I'll come and I don't get no oxygen or nothing. Because their mentality over there, I'm sorry, I'm not. I said to my husband, we can lose our money if we have to. I'm not going over there to catch coronas.
Can I just make an interjection there, Charlene?
Say it.
Nobody in St. Lucia's fast enough to run like Usain Bolt, so you won't need to worry about that.
Something sensible.
I mean, I don't want to. My thing is, I don't want to get it, and then I'm over there and I'm waiting for the nurse all day, waiting. The nurse.
I mean, that can happen. Okay. That can happen right here down the road.
Serious note, not to be funny, but a lot of the nurses that are in there have been sent to the UK. So whoever's there has been trained highly. I think you'd be fine.
I mean, that's if the UK ain't paid for them to come back over. You know, they're trying to get them back over.
Flights. Oh, them special flights.
Famous last words. Okay. So, because I want to make sure that we always end this on something a little bit positive, I saw two things I wanted to share with you guys. Because we spoke about something which actually, you know, is a really great thing that we spoke about, and it wasn't as deep as I thought, but I saw this. I was depressed a while ago, and then one day when I felt better, I was singing in the kitchen while making dinner. My roommate burst in like, oh, thank goodness. And I was like, what? And she said, you stop singing when you're unhappy, and our house has been silent for 4 months. And like with that single sentence, I learned what it meant to be loved silently, to be known without knowing it. And I thought that was so lovely.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that I think I saw that a couple of months ago, and I just thought, wow, it's really interesting that there are times when we can't recognize it in ourselves, that our mood may have dropped or something. And actually, it's really, sometimes I think I'm a good faker, and I go into class and I'm like, morning, la, la, la. And the kids are like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, no, nothing, what are you talking about? And they're like, don't try it. And actually, it's a beautiful thing when people that know you so well, like unspoken words,
can pick you out
a lot. Yeah, and it is quite interesting that when you get called out on it and you think, oh, actually, maybe something is wrong, or actually, let me reflect on how I just behaved because that was very out of character, to realise actually there's something that would have triggered it. So that when I saw that, that really did make me think.
Yeah. And it is nice, you know what it is? It's funny because I say to you and to my bestie all the time, like, yo, you're so fake, or you're being fake. And the funny thing about it is that everyone else around you has no idea. She's always like, actually, you know, because you know me. So you'll be like, no, but you know that. But actually, the rest of the world can be fooled by it. But when you are truly in sync with people, or you just care about someone so deeply, you can sense the differences in their energy, which is what I was saying to all of you before. Like, that it's so kind of visceral. It's not a thing that is like, oh, you answered me badly and so now I know something's wrong. It's much smaller than that. It's in the tiniest details. And so it is nice when someone notices about you.
Even the way you came on the chat when I was asking you for help earlier, I could feel it. I was like, okay, smile properly now. Like, that's a bit fake.
Yeah, and that's because I literally, because of all the stuff going on with the family, I actually 100% didn't want to be doing it. I wanted to be here, but in terms of motivating myself, I knew that once I saw you guys, I would then be motivated. But it's hard to be that on my own when, again, it's just you in the house, like, and everyone else has got their own stuff going on. Isha, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but last week we were on a family video call and Isha was asking, because we both live separately but alone. Yeah, that makes sense. Anisha was like, how would you lot know if something happened to me? And I've had that conversation.
Sorry,
as well.
I'm just remembering what she was saying, and it's not funny, but it's funny.
What? What? You have to share it
Okay,
now.
it's not funny but what she was saying was funny.
What?
The question.
Yeah.
Right.
And then,
So I'm laughing, and I'm not laughing because I want something to happen to you and you're alone in your house. I just remember.
It's all on camera now, people. We've seen it firsthand.
Live, recorded, streaming to the world. But no, like basically, one of my answers to her was I genuinely believe that I would feel a different energy. Like I've said, there have been times before where mum couldn't care less what I'm up to.
Wait, something's happened to her. Something's happened to her.
Switched on the light. You're a babe.
Well, just leave your camera on all the time, you should all know.
Because I looked over and there's no one there.
Even though, I understand about energies and stuff, I still think some people are dead in their flat for like...
No, 100%. No, 100%. I don't think it's a foolproof thing. I just know there are times... My mum will literally be like, why are you calling me? Mum, I haven't spoken to you for like 48 hours. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine. But then there will be times where my mum will call me back to back, and she's like, I felt something was wrong. And it's very rare. So that's just about a sense, a feeling, a connection. And I'm like, that's all I can hope for, because I could be on the phone to you guys now, so you guys know I'm alive. Literally, as soon as we end this, go upstairs, come back down, fall down my stairs, and you lot would not know, because the next time we're due to speak is in 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? I'm like...
That's scary.
I have to laugh at you, Shay, but it just sounds like something. So...
Bruh!
It takes me back. You used to do that. I've got a headache, I'm going to die.
I had a brain tumour for many years as a kid.
That is like one of my fears, to the point where... So this week I wanted to go in my attic, yeah? And I'm like, I'm not going in there until someone comes to my house, because what if I get stuck in my attic, you know, and I can't, like, I'm like, I'll just wait. It's fine. The things are being...
Nah, don't do it, girl. Don't do
So
it.
was you just laughing?
No. I was coughing up the coronas. So basically... No, but I totally get it. Listen, I live on my own. There are very few, like, I will go in the shower. There are lots of different places I'll go. I will have a device with me, some way, somehow, because I'm like, I need to be able to call for help. Having said that, having said that, my balls are very thin, and my neighbours are probably hearing this whole conversation, and they're like, you know what, with no shame.
I just share where this stemmed from, because I sound probably sick in the head for saying...
No, you don't.
But, so I've got this really long lead, and every time I plug in, it sparks. And one day I was thinking, right, if this actually sparks me out and dead,
I bet you get a surge protector.
Know, like, what would happen? Like, I'd just be on my sofa.
Get you a surge protector. I'm not even funny. You get that surge protector. Get it from Amazon. Get it from Argos. Dial it in. Don't play with electricity.
Get a different socket. What's that? Get a different plug.
There's that too. check the wiring, but at the same time, while you're checking the wiring, get a surge protector. Order that thing.
I may just order a plug.
Guys, we are wrapping up soon, I promise, but there's just some funny things happening right now. When we started this call, before we went live, I said to you guys, I don't know if Morbury's on the call, where if you're using natural light, be aware of the light and how it changes and blah, blah, blah. Morbury has over time, the light has become more and more like this one.
What are you using, Morbs? Because I'm losing light as well. I feel like I have to stick my head through the window. Oh, okay.
Oh, excellent. So you actually have a spotlight. It looked like somebody was interrogating you.
Yes, they are. Uno.
Okay, last thing that I want to share with you guys. So here we go. If today gets difficult, remember the smell of coffee, the way sunlight bounces off a window, the sound of your favourite person's laughing, the feeling when a song you love comes on, the colour of the sky at dusk, and that we are all here to take care of each other. I love that.
That's beautiful, but it wouldn't be coffee.
That's I'm glad you said it, because I was
no, not for me either. Not for me. I love but having said that, I love the smell of coffee. I just don't drink it.
No, I don't like the smell of coffee. You know what coffee reminds me of?
Teachers.
Hallelujah! Thank you very much. Hallelujah! I'm so happy I'm not the only one who thinks that. I'm sorry.
Well, I do. I drink about 7 cups of coffee a day.
What? But Charlene, you do not frowns like a coffee cup. You don't.
She doesn't smell like coffee.
McDonald's coffee.
Yeah. From teachers.
I don't.
Listen, I'm very conscious. Like when I drink coffee and I speak to my kids, I am very conscious. So I do have like a pot of milk.
Better than vodka or some other alcohol. So don't worry.
So guys, I want to thank you guys for being here. Starting in a circle, so Charlene, Isha, Mon, Kay, and then Mulberry. Tell the people where they can find you, or if there's something, just one thing you want to share with everyone between now and the next time we speak to them in 2 weeks. Like, feel free, go ahead, Charlene.
Actually, you can find me on, I have a blog, I forgot. I have a blog.
No. Let's just have a moment. We've been on here for an hour and 15, maybe. I said at the beginning, change your handles if you want people to find you. She said, I don't have a handle. At the end of the show, now have a handle.
Yeah, so I have a blog. Do you know what it is? It's because I took some time out and I haven't written in it for a while. And actually, one of my plans this quarantine is to get my blog back up and running. So I do have a blog. It's called The Peanut Butter Philosopher, and basically it's all about my my life as a teacher, the good, the bad, the ugly.
It's very funny.
Yeah, so bring tissues, bring a jar of peanut butter, and enjoy. So yeah, my blog. Go read it. That will give you something to do this quarantine.
Excellent. Isha?
So you can find me on the socials. I'm not really good about all of that. Honestly, don't worry about it. Just if you have my number, give me a text or a call to see if I'm alive. I might not answer straight away because I'm a bit funny like that, but
I'm not dead.
I'm not dead, exactly. But yeah.
Cool. Mon?
You can't find me.
You can find me in a bottle of rum.
Thinking now I'm at home, yeah, I'm saving that for when the pub opens back up. Yes, you can find me at the pub when we open back up. All is welcome. Keep that big alive and all of that, you know.
What's the pub? Tell people where. So that they can put it on their list of where they want to go.
You can find us at Club Lucy on Pastures Way. If you're emergency services, we're available for you at the moment, or any first-line services. We're doing free lunch Monday to Friday for ambulance, police, cleaners, dustmen.
What about teachers? Just teachers
as well, my love.
What about police support workers?
You don't even live in the same town.
I don't live in the same town as you lot, yeah?
No.
What about family support?
Sorry?
What about family support workers?
Nah.
Essential.
What about entrepreneurs?
Nah.
do I have to bring my ID?
You have to be, well, you wouldn't need it, but yeah. if you come with your ID, but normally because we're doing Luton, we call up every day and we ask, and they normally send about 70 orders over.
No.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah, so find me there.
Yeah, it's literally become night in Monica's screen. That's really
I know. I'm trying, and when I put the light on, it blew up my bunch up now.
Right.
I'm here, yeah. You're like, you know it's coming, you know how it is, yeah. I don't know how.
I do. Like, you want me to take this off right now, Kay?
You can find me on Insta. My handle is k.axd. And I've only just started a YouTube channel, and that's K-Sign. You can probably see it there. But yeah, new videos come in, stuck in the house, so content will be.
And I would love to see you and your friends do some live streams like this. They'll be hilarious. So I'm putting that on you. on this live stream in public for everyone to see. I want to see you and your girls doing stuff.
Shay, that's a big task. Why have you said that?
What's your YouTube channel about?
Whoa, sorry. Wow, I got a stage fright, not joking. So this one, case certain, is just a bit like, but obviously I'm not an advice guru, but you know, my short 20 years of life, I have experience, and I've lived. So a bit of advice, a bit of lifestyle, and I've got a cooking channel coming out soon.
Oh, look at that! The same food we ain't tasted yet. Just saying.
You know what, Charlene? I feel like I hardly see you, and you never come to my house, so
I feel personally attacked.
Right.
Excellent. Maubrey?
Hi there. I don't have any YouTube channels. That's not my thing. I sew, so I'm on Instagram. mberrylish at, can't remember the thing, but I'm on Insta. You can't miss me. Trust me. I'm gonna be starting up a business. So guys, as a footnote, if you can keep all your clothes with holes, teared, shredded, anything that, whether it be cotton, acrylic, woolen, whatever, keep it to one side for me, and have a look at this space, and I'll let you know what to do with them, because I'll be asking for them shortly.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I am Shay Eccleston. I have a radio show on SG1 Radio, live on Thursdays at 10. You can find that on sg1radio.com. I also run a couple of different websites. So atruestory.co.uk if you guys want to share your stories, if you want to contribute by writing a blog or whatever it is, get in contact there. I also have inspirational apparel. So if you go to teespring.com and look up A True Story Apparel, you can do some really positive things there. And of course, we've got this podcast, Honest Participants Only. I have other things, but I forget them because there's too much. But Honest Participants Only, we will be doing this every other week. So if you want to get involved, or if even you guys want to come back on the platform, I absolutely would love to have you. I've had the best time. And anyone else who you want to recommend, happy to have them as well. Thank you guys so much. And as always, I'm going to play you out.
Butterfly, butterfly, pretty butterfly. When I see you flap your wing, and I know when it's time for spring. Butterfly, butterfly, pretty butterfly.
Bye-bye.